reassuring glow, revealing an eccentric and exquisite treasure trove of ancient Peruvian ceramics, pottery, textiles, and other artifacts, gleaned from the mysterious cultures of pre-Columbian Peru: the Moche, the Chanchan, the Wari, the Chimu. The light also shone on a dried monkey fetus grimacing in a bell jar. She tried not to look at it. This thing always creeped her out. Maybe it wasn't even a monkey. Maybe it was a dried sloth or some human mutation preserved as a gruesome curio by Jose Casinelli, forever offering the world its sad little face. Briskly, she walked past the bell jar and bent to the glass cabinets, the vitrines of pottery and treasures. Here were the stone pestles of the Chavin, and here the exquisite burial cloths of the Nazca in faded violet and purple. To the left was a brief, poignant line of Kingnam writing, the lost language of the Chimu. She took out her new camera and adjusted the tiny dial to compensate for the poor quality light. As she worked, Jessica recalled the first time she had come here 6 months ago, when she had begun her sabbatical, researching the anthropology of the pre-Columbian Stone Age in North Peru, making a comparative study of religious cultures across ancient America. Back then, she had been almost a total ingenue, unprepared for the shock she was about to encounter: the high weirdness of pre-Inca Peru, most especially the Moche, and their infamous naughty pottery. It was time to visit the Sala Privada. Taking out the smaller key, she opened the creaking side door. A further, darker, tinier room lay beyond. Few people came to the tiny Museo Casinelli. Fewer still entered La Sala Privada. Even today, a distinct aura of embarrassment surrounded the principal contents: the Moche sex pottery, the Ceramicas Eroticas. They were certainly too shocking and explicit to be shown to children, and conservative Peruvian Catholics would regard them as obscene works of the devil and be happy to see them smashed, which was why they were kept in this dark and private antechamber, deep inside the secret museum. Jess knelt and squinted, preparing to be shocked all over again. The first row of pots was asexual, merely distressing. On the left was a finely crafted pot of a man with no nose and no lips, fired in exquisite black and gold. In the center was a delicate ceramic representation of human sacrifice, with dismembered bodies at the foot of a mountain. And over here was a man tied to a tree, having his eyes pecked out by a vulture. Carefully, she took a photo of the last example. Disturbing as these ceramics might be, they were just normal mad Moche pottery. The next shelves held the real deal: the Ceramicas Eroticas. Working her way along them, Jess fired off dozens of photos. Why did the Moche go to the trouble of crafting erotic pottery like this? Sex with animals, sex with the dead, sex between skeletons. Perhaps it was just a metaphor, maybe even a joke. More likely it was a dream time, a mythology. It was certainly repellent, yet also fascinating. Jessica took some final photos, using the camera flash this time, which reflected off the dusty glass of the vitrines. As she concluded her task, her thoughts whirled. The Museo Casinelli had done its job as it always had, and the feeling was very satisfying. It really had been a good choice of hers, last year, to come out to North Peru, one of the final frontiers of history, maybe the last great terra incognita of archaeology and anthropology, full of unknown cultures and untouched sites. Jessica shut off the lights and retreated. Upstairs, Pablo was trying to text something into his phone. He abandoned the effort and smiled at her. "You are finished?" "Sí, gracias, Pablo." "Then you must go and have some glucosa. You are my friend, and I must look after you, because you are the only scholar who comes here." "That's not true." "Well, it is nearly true. I had some visitors last week. They were quite uncouth, Philistines seeking out thrills, and they were unpleasant, asking stupid questions. Everyone always asks the same stupid questions. Apart from you, senorita, apart from you." Jess smiled, returned the